is something with my internet provider. I don't know why we have a something like extremely high in terms of speed, but apparently there is some issues with the bandwidth, especially for the upload. So I don't really understand this thing. Oh my god. And again, it's giving me trouble again. I think it's getting better. We will see. Yeah, it's getting more stable, I think. Okay, if you see something that is kind of weird, just let me know, please, okay? I will try to continue with the preparation. Sorry about that, guys. It's, I have been trying to basically really hard to give you like some quality content here, but sometimes the internet is not working very much, so... and I apologize for that, guys. Okay. So, well, we have the data link connected. So now that we have everything populated here, everything is full, we go and we set here data link connect. Okay, now it's perfect. So now when we go here, route select, we select 747, and we select the route that we're going to have, and we just wait for the ACAR logins to connect. Okay, so now it's connected. So now we can ask for a request here. So the request is sending. Perfect, okay. So now request send, and we have to wait a couple of seconds here. For the meantime, we're gonna put airport here. I'm gonna reduce this so we can check this. Okay, so now we have route 1 uplink ready. We can clear this message, and we can load this route. Okay, so we have Merva and then direct to Elika, which is we have today. So we're gonna depart from runway 26 as per 80s. Perfect one. Okay, we're gonna erase this one, and we're gonna use the Merva to Echo departure. So now it's connected, and now we're gonna set departure and arrival. We're gonna set OLBA, and we're gonna shoot for the ILS runway 17. That's kind of weird. Just give me lock. Which is kind of weird. Okay. Biblo. And the arrival is the Elika 2 Alpha, which is this one. Okay. So now everything is done here, and we can select activate and execute. Now we go to the progress page and we check the nautical miles here. We have almost 200 nautical miles here. So we go into our flight plan and we check here. We have 199. So basically I failed for 1 nautical mile. That means that everything that I have put in the FMC is completely in agreement with the flight plan. Now we go to Navrad, and we have Ben Gurion is selected by the FMS system in an automatic way. Okay, that's why Alpha you have over there. ILS of course is parked because we're not going to use it for the meantime. We'll go to init ref, and I'm going to reject this. And what I'm going to do now, we're not blink already, okay? I'm going to extract the zero fuel weight from here and going to put it here. So I have the zero fuel weight is 224.8. Reserve is basically the summatory of these two quantities. In this case, it's 5,878 and 3,502. If you do that math, let's take this one as 6. So it will give us 9.5 tons of fuel. Okay, then the cruise altitude is going to be flight level 290. Cox index, as we check that one later, is 40. And step RVSM, I'm going to put 0 here because I'm not planning to climb more than 290. The flight is super short, so 0 is going to be the step size. Okay, so we go to thrust limit page now. And we check that this temperature is basically the same as this one, 18 and 18. Okay, then we go to takeoff, and that's it. Basically, we are done with the preparation. The only thing that I'm going to do now is we have the wind uplink ready, so I'm going to load those winds. is there. I'm gonna execute. And then the Send Forecast uplink is also ready. We go to FMC comms, we go to the Send Forecast, and we can load those winds as well. So it's done, okay? Transition level is 18,000 feet here in Ben Gurion, which is okay. And now we can go to progress page here. As you can see now, the time is 1622. And this is telling me that I'm gonna land over there at 1657. So that means in basically 33 minutes more. And if you see in our flight plan here, our flight time is 38 minutes, which completely makes sense, okay? As for the fuel, we are arriving there with 12.1, and our minimum fuel over there is 9.5. So everything is perfect. You see, like our FMS is completely loaded with the weights and the fuel figures and the winds, and it's giving us basically the same information that we have in our flight plan. So now we can continue with the rest of preparation. We're gonna leave this page over here, and we're gonna go to the overhead. So I'm gonna set the APU to start. This is perfect. The demand fuel hydraulic pumps are in off, of course. This is perfect. This is connected. Blah blah blah. The engine fuel switches, of course, are inside. APU fire switch, cargo fire switch as well. Engine start switches are in normal position. Fuel jettison is off. These ones I'm gonna put it to off. The fuel pumps are going off for the meantime. Engine anti-ice system is auto. Wind anti-ice is in auto. Window heat is on. Wipers is off. Landing lights and runway turnout lights are in off, and taxi light is off, of course, as well. Fuel transfer is in auto. Rhyme turbine, of course, is guarded. Center data is in normal. Oxygen is in normal position. Yaw damper is connected. This one is in auto, and auto select is in normal position. The temperatures here is at 12 degrees. That means at 24 degrees centigrade. And in the lower part, which is the cargo part, we maintain also the knob at 12 o'clock, which basically means 17 degrees. Okay, we go a little bit lower. We can connect the packs now because the APU is on, and we have the APU bleed is connected as well. So now you can see that the packs are connected. Navigation light is on. That's perfect. We're gonna go with the flight directors on. We are going to check the departure heading for runway 26, which is heading 255. So we're gonna set 255. We go with this roar. We go with traffic. We go here. Oxygen is connected. We're gonna initialize the flight. These knobs are all at 12 o'clock, which is the normal position. Here we have to have 5 things, which is toga, flight director, no VSP, and take us off. Airspeed, of course, is in 0. Altitude indicator is in normal position, and the QNH is 1013, and we are reading 160 feet. And if you check here, the airport elevation is 134, so basically we are good enough. Heading is 299, and we check it with the all and reliable magnetic compass. We have take us off, of course. We have the 2 VORs indicators. With the DME, we have RMP1, actual navigation performance is 0.06, GPS IRS3 connected. The 3 IRSs, I'm sorry. This is just for the brightness of these screens. AU selector is in auto. True heading is deselected, so basically we have magnetic heading here, FMS left, alternate flaps is in off. All these warnings are connected, they're not inhibited. Landing gear is down, auto brakes goes to RTO, and when we pass through this screen, we have to check 3 things, which is status, engines, and checklist. So we go to status, and we check any status that is pending here, or we have to deal with maintenance action or the MEL. Okay, this is actually the last time that we have the opportunity to check again the hydraulic quantity and also our oxygen pressure. We go to engines, any exceedance. We don't have any exceedance. In case that we have any exceedance, we're gonna have some a red highlight over there, okay, which is something that is no good. Okay. What else? What else? Okay, we can take this one out, and we go to checklist. So we go to checklist, we go reset, and we put reset all, and then we go to normal. So everything is done here. Then we go a little bit down. Speed brake is up. Thrust reversers are in normal. Flaps is up. Stabilizer trims are in normal position. Fuel control switches are in cut off. Parking brake is set. The frequency is set. We're gonna set the ground frequency, which is 11805. Okay, we can hear this one for the meantime. This one is in data. This is the center radio. So it's okay. So we're gonna set here 121.5, and we can open that one as well. This is the audio for the guy who is sitting in this seat. Seatbelt goes to on. We go with weather plus turbulence in both, and the LED system is operating. Data link is already connected in this FMC. The rudder is in 0 and 121.5 in the second radio. This is the audio panel for the first officer, and we're gonna set this in above and the left system. Okay, so you know, guys, I'm gonna call the ground frequency. So basically, we can check what to expect. Okay, so if you see here in my map, we are in position X-ray 21. So we should taxi to this runway over here, to runway 26. So basically, it's gonna be like a straight line from Echo, but and we expect this departure as well, the Merva to Echo. So we will see. I'm gonna make a call. Ground, good afternoon, cargo looks 705 heavy. Ground, good afternoon, cargo looks 705 heavy.
Cargo looks 705, then going ground, hello.
Hello, sir. Information Charlie, QNH 1013.747-8. Request clearance to Beirut at flight level 290. At the moment, we are in stand X-ray 21.
Cargo looks 705, clear to destination at flight, climb 3000 feet, Merva to Echo departure, squawk 5633, information Delta.
Okay, we're gonna get Delta, and can you repeat the flight level initial, please?
Affirmative, 3000 feet.
Copy, cargo looks 705. We are clear to destination, flight plan route, climb, maintain 3000. Merva to Echo departure, squawk 5633, and we're gonna get Delta.
Cargo looks 705, readback is correct. Thank you for the information. Call me ready for push and start.
Okay, we call you for push and start, cargo looks 705. Okay, so we are clear to Beirut.
Ground, good evening, Speedbird.
Initial altitude is
Charlie 6,
gonna be
information Delta,
3000. It's gonna be 3000.
64 Foxtrot.
And Merva to Echo.
Clear to Heathrow at 5.
And Merva to Echo for the departure, and squawk 5633. Okay, and there is a new information Delta. So basically, it's the same thing. Okay, so let's go with the performance. Okay, so we go here to performance, and I'm gonna copy the FMC data. So we have Ben Gurion. You're gonna do this because you're not gonna see this. Okay, so we have Ben Gurion, runway 26. Condition, I'm gonna set it in dry. Wind, I'm gonna put this one in 0 just to be conservative. Okay. Temperature, we have 17 degrees here, so it's perfect. Let me check here. 817. Okay, perfect. So 0 degrees, QNH 1013. The takeoff weight 242, which is the same that we have here. Thrust rating, I'm gonna set this one in takeoff 2 with a reduction of 20%. We will see. And maximum assumed temperature method. Flap configuration, I'm gonna set this one to optimum. Air conditioning, I'm gonna set to on, and engine anti-ice, I'm gonna set this one in off. The CG, we can extract it from here, and we have 22.9. 22.9. And now that we have all these details, we can select here calculate. So now we have result for the 747-8 GNX to Bravo 67. So we have takeoff 2 and we have a selected temperature. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to select here thrust limit. I'm going to set takeoff 2. I'm going to set the selected temperature, which is 41. So now I can see that I have a thrust of 87.3 and 1, and it's basically the same that we have over here and the same that I have over here. Okay? Now I can go to takeoff page and I can see that the flaps is 20, 41 degrees. The CG is 22.9, so we approximate to the next step, which is 23. B1 we have 122, BR 122, and B2 137. So basically we have everything done over here. Okay? Then we go to thrust limit, and there is something over here. So we have a noise abatement procedures, guys, here. So I'm gonna go to the next page here, and we have an engine out acceleration of 1,500 feet. In the case of an engine failure, that is our acceleration altitude. And here it says that the takeoff to 950 feet, takeoff power, takeoff flap, climb at V2 plus 10, and then not below 950 feet, reduce the thrust to not less than the climb power. And then at between 950 and 300 or 150, climb at V2 plus 10, and then at 3,150 feet or 3,000 if restricted by ATC, normal acceleration and in-rod climb configuration. So what we're going to do here, because the elevation is almost 200, and this is saying 950, this airplane, it doesn't let me reduce lower than 800 feet. So I'm going to put the reduction at 800 feet, and the acceleration I'm going to put it at 300 feet. Okay, so now we can comply with that noise abatement procedure. Okay, something that I have marked here, well, it says 250 below 10,000 feet. We're going to do that as well, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's continue with the preparation here. So now we go to index and we go to approach, and we check that the flap 30 here, 134, is basically the same as this one, 3 and 134. That means the FMS, the FMC, and the electronic flyback are calculating exactly the same data. With that thing set, we can close this one, and we can maintain actually this one, and we're going to do some briefing, okay, guys? So, stand. We are in stand X-ray 1, so pushback is going to be facing to the north on Mike 3. And then Mike 3, most probably we're going to continue via Mike 3, right on Mike, left on Echo. We're going to cross runway 30, and we're going to continue Echo all the way to the holding point of runway 26. Okay? Pretty much straightforward. For the emergency briefing, we're going to, before 80 knots, we're going to stop for any relevant reason. Between 80 knots and approaching B1, we're going to reject for 4 reasons, which is engine failure, fire, predicting wind shear, aircraft unsafe or unable to fly. In that condition, I will call stop, and my action is going to be disconnect the autothrottle, maximum reverse. I'm going to check this pre-brake up. I will apply maximum manual braking or RTO operation. At 60 knots, I will start to reduce the reverse thrust. I'm going to stop the airplane. I'm going to set the parking brake. I'm going to make a PEA, attention crew stations. The other guy is going to follow my actions. He's going to call for any emission. He will check for his pre-brake up, reverse green, and he will monitor this acceleration. He will call out for the 60 knots, and after that, he will call the ATC that we're stopping on the runway, and we ask for assistance. If we need to evacuate after the non-normal checklist and memory items, we're going to assess the situation again with the ATC, with the fire brigade. If in any case that we need to evacuate, with the QRH, with the back part, with the emergency evacuation checklist. If the decision is to continue after B1, which today is 122, we're going to say go, no action below 400 feet, except cancel any outer warnings, positive rate, gear up. At 400 feet, we assess the situation with the engines and we perform memory items if we have. If not, we continue to 1,500 feet and we follow the SID of the company, which is basically straight ahead, and we go to the ocean and we follow the runway heading, and the MSA over there, as you can see here, is 2,500 feet. At that altitude, we're going to accelerate, we're going to clean the airplane. When the airplane is clean, we're going to select VNAV engine out, flight level change, maximum continuous thrust, and we're going to continue with the non-normal checklist. When the non-normal checklists are done, we're going to continue with the after takeoff checklist, and then we're going to decide which is the best course of action. We are below the maximum landing weight, and we can come back to runway 30 here as necessary. Okay. So the normal departure, I'm expecting the Merva 2 Echo, which is the chart 10-3 Bravo, effective from the 26th of March 2020. Minimum safe altitude we have in that sector in Ben Gurion VOR 2,500 feet. Departure, it says transition altitude is 18,000 feet, which is already there. RNAV 1 is required. That's what we have over here. RNAV P1. Actual navigation performance is 0.06. When airborne contact Ben Gurion departure, which is that frequency, is right over there, 120.5. And VFR traffic may be present 5 nautical miles to the west of the airport, up to 1,200 feet. RNAV SID includes minimum noise routings. Okay, so we have a restriction here, maximum speed to 250 below 10,000 feet until 7 miles west of Ben Gurion VOR. So we have 250 here below 10,000 feet. And now we go finally with the routing. So we have track 255 here, and we fly to position Matov, maximum speed 250 and 2,400 feet above. Then we're going to turn right, heading 2856 miles to position Orlev, 250 maximum and 8,000 feet or below. That's what we have here. Then we're going to track 270 to position Tapus between 5,000 and 8,000. This that we have over here. Then same track to position Kesef. And for Merva 2 Echo, it says 8,000 feet or above. That's what we have over here. Then we're going to track to the right, heading north to position Juval at 10,000 feet or above. And then the same track for 5 miles to position Gillette, which is 12,000 feet or above. Then left turn 310. I'm sorry, we go to Merva. Then same track, 27 miles. We have 28 miles here. Merva, 12,000 feet or above. Okay, terrain. We already discussed this, 2,500 feet. Basically, we go into the ocean. So the initial obstacles are going to be the city, of course. And after that, we just have flat water ahead of us. Weather consideration for the meantime is nothing. Fuel-wise, we have 11.8. The minimum is 9.5. So we are good on the fuel as well. And that's it. Major threat here, I would say that it's quite busy because it's a short flight. So we're going to try keep up with the briefing so everything is going to look nice and smooth. Okay, that's it, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to close the doors and we're going to set everything for departure. Sorry. I didn't want to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the normal pushback with PMDG because I screwed up big time with the GSX. So I'm gonna check the doors here to see if everything is closed. Where is doors here? Doors here. So everything looks closed. So now we're going to ask for the permission to the ground engineer to pressurize the hydraulics. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to set the APU as well so we can connect the ground, disconnect the ground power. So I'm going to start pressurizing the hydraulics. So all these lights are extinguished. Looks perfect. So now we go with the fuel pumps connected. Perfect. Again, I'm going to set the packs in off. Beacon goes to both. So we have 5 things here. The 4 engines and TICAS off. We can clear that message. And we can set the transponder to on. Actually, we can do the pre-flight checklist again. So oxygen is set to 100%, and flight instruments, and then we have heading 299 and QNH 1013. Pre-flight checklist is complete. So now I'm gonna set the MCP. V2 is 137. LNAV, VNAV, and heading 255 and 3,000 feet. Okay. So now actually we can ask for the clearance. I'm gonna put the beacon on. Sorry. So we have before start checklist. MCP. Zanahoria, hola Zanahoria, ¿cómo estáis? So we have MCP. We have MCP V2 135, LNAV, VNAV, heading 255, altitude 3000 feet. Takeoff speed, we have 122, 122, and B2 137. Serial pre-flight is complete. Trim is 5 units, so we're going to set it right now. 5 units and 5 units is set. Tax and takeoff briefing is complete, and beacon, we're going to set that one to on immediately, so give me 1 second, guys. So beacon goes to, we're going to ask for the clearance. Ground cargo looks 705 heavy stan X-ray 21, request push and start.
Cargo looks 705, push and start is approved, raise point 10, facing north, unit 1013.
QNH 1013, clear for push back and start up to runway 20, cargo looks 705. So beacon goes to on, and before start checklist is complete. Nice English. tratamos. Hola Carloncho, estuvo por el CTR en Santiago ayer en la tarde noche, estuvo entrete. Ah, buena Nico, estaba ahí. No, nos saludaste, po, ¿qué pasó? I'm gonna disconnect the ground power now. And I'm gonna ground power, I'm gonna remove this one, and we're gonna ask for a pushback, tail to the left, and then we're gonna set this one to 90 degrees, and we're gonna set this one to 0, and we're gonna start the pushback. I will put the dome light in off, so we can put everything in a more romantic scene. How about that? Okay, so parking brake is released, and we are moving at 16:44, and our schedule was 16:30, so we are a little bit late actually, guys, but we will try to catch up with the Okay, so we are going to start with engines 3 and 4, and fuel control switches go to run. Para el próximo control te saludo. Salúdame, pues Nico, dime, oye, soy Nico, el que sé yo, el que te sigue en streaming y todo. Pero ni un problema, pues Nico, tenés que puro saludar. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop the pushback procedure here, just to maintain the center line. So parking brake is set. What's the meaning of pushback? Well, the pushback is basically when they pull you back. That's it. That's a pushback. Or you mean like in Spanish, like sería retroceso remolcado, o sea, como que te remolquen hacia atrás. Estuvo buena la parte cuando un loco se conectó en el umbral de pista y hablaba en portugués. Sí, pues, me empieza a hablar en portugués y le digo, señor, no le entiendo nada, y yo le puedo hablar en español o en inglés, pero portugués no. Okay, we go to start engines 1 and 2, and we set engines 1 and 2 to run. So now engine 1 and 2 are running. You can see the auto start is basically sequencing the start procedure. Gracias, sí, no hay problema. Básicamente, Zanahoria, los aviones no tienen la capacidad de echarse hacia atrás. Entonces lo que necesitan es que vaya un tractorcito, un carro que lo empuje hacia atrás para poder, digamos, a posicionarse con la calle de rodaje para salir. Eso es el pushback. Pushback, o sea, empujar hacia atrás. Vendría siendo como la traducción literal al español. So now you can see the engines are starting. You can have like here a green light for the N2, and you have a red light here for the EGT. That means that basically what is restricting my engine start during this during the start procedure, during the engines, is the EGT. So whenever like these values increase and they reach the EGT limit, the auto start system is gonna shut down that engine for me. So as a pilot, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to manipulate the system. I have to just leave it, okay? So now I have all engines are running. So now we go to the overhead. I'm gonna put a little bit of light here. So the APU is not supplying the system anymore. Actually, it says available. That means it's not powering anything. So we can disconnect the APU. Engine anti-ice in wind anti-ice is in auto. Packs we go to on, and we're gonna set the flaps to 20. ¿En qué trabaja? Soy piloto. Piloto. So we have flaps 20, and now we open the flight control synoptic page, and we wait for this flap to reach 20, and then we check the flight controls. This part is very boring, huh? Esto se demora harto aquí, así que hay que tener paciencia. So now we have the flaps in 20, so we do a flight control check. So we go with full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. We go with the rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Okay, so we do a recall here, tick us off, perfect, and then we go to the checklist. So we go, before the checklist, anti-ice is in auto, recall is checked, flight controls are checked, ground equipment is completely clear on both sides. So before the checklist complete. Now we can call for taxi, guys. Ground cargo log 705 is ready to taxi.
Cargo log 705, taxi to runway 26 via Mike 3, Mike, Kilo 3, Romeo. Correction, cargo log 705, taxi to runway 26 via Mike 3, Mike, Echo, hold short 12.
Okay, we taxi to via Mike 3, Mike, Echo, and we hold short of runway 12, cargo log 705. So guys, this is gonna be the route for us. It's gonna be here. We're gonna go here, here, and we have to hold short of here. Okay? So parking brake off, and we go with the taxi lights on. ¿En dónde estudiaste? Estudié en el Club Aéreo de Santiago. En el Club Aéreo de Santiago hice mi curso de piloto. Y después hice el curso de piloto comercial en Latin Air, que no sé si todavía existe eso. Y después estuve trabajando en una empresa chiquitita ahí en Tobalaba que se llama Aerotras. En ese tiempo era chica, hoy día es muy grande. Hoy día tienen avión ejecutivo y cosas por el estilo. Excelente empresa. Okay, so this one is Mike, so here Mike to the right. So everything looks clear, and we make a right turn. And then we're gonna turn left on Echo, which is this taxiway over here. And also you can see here as well, okay, Echo to the left. Pregunto porque soy un cabro chico que le gusta esto de la aviación, pero entiendo todo igual. Ah, buenísimo, Zanahoria. Sí, obvio. Pregunta lo que queráis nomás. Y nada, por lo que te podamos guiar acá, para eso estamos. Yo lo hice en el Cruiser de Santiago. Estuvo bueno, sí. Sí, es medio caro nomás, como todas las cosas, digamos, en Chile. Las carreras son muy caras. Pero aparte de eso, es una linda carrera, muy linda carrera. Y si te gusta esto de los aviones, bueno, dale nomás, po, obviamente. Ground cargo looks 705 on Echo, holding short of runway 12. So, yeah, now we are here.
Cargo look 705, monitor Unicom to do decimal 8, have a nice flight.
122.8, you are not gonna control us to the other side? No.
Negative, we have to cross the runway and it might be active now, so we have to contact the Unicom to see if anyone is coming.
Okay, cool. So we go 122.8 and we call you on the other side or no?
Negative, cargo look 705. You make continue taxi on Echo to holding point Echo on runway 26.
Okay, so we cross runway 312, we continue on Echo runway 26, cargo looks 705, and we go to Unicom 122.8. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so we're clear to cross, so we go with the strobe light on, we go with the TCAS. There's nobody at the right side, nobody at the left side, so we cross to the other side. Pregunto porque soy, pero entiendo todo igual. Ah, ok, perfecto. Sí, obvio, o sea, yo creo que si te gusta esto de la aviación y qué sé yo, tenéis que puro hacerlo nomás. Es muy muy linda carrera, así que yo creo que es súper bueno que haya nuevas generaciones que se motiven con la aviación y qué sé yo. A pesar de que ahora son momentos bien difíciles para la aviación, pero nunca está de más. Okay, now we cross the active runway, so we go with the strobe light off again, and we set the transponder here in transponder, okay? So now we're gonna continue straight on Echo to runway 26. So basically we're doing this. All the way to runway 26. So we have TCAS off, we're going to cancel this message. And now that we are in a straight line, basically what we're going to do now is to cross-check everything that we have for our departure. So I'm going to set the weather now. Weather plus turbulence here. So we're going to check everything, every parameter. So we have Toga, LNAV, VNAV is arm, 3,000 feet for the departure. Runway 26 without intersection, flaps 20, and initial heading is 255 complete. With that said, we can call for the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete, checklist complete. So now we're gonna call in 122.8. Ben Gurion traffic, cargo looks 705 heavy, taxi to runway 26 via Echo. Okay, so runway 26, I'm gonna put the departure now because we know that basically in a straight line we're gonna reach the runway, okay guys? So I'm gonna set the SID for you here so you can see what I'm doing. Sí, recién estoy en segundo medio, pero no sé si meterme a la universidad a estudiar, a eso entrar a la FACH e intentar estudiar la carrera de piloto combate o transporte. Mira, lo bueno de lo que yo te podría decir es que todos los caminos van a concluir a lo mismo. Ahora, si tú tienes efectivamente una vocación militar, ándate efectivamente por la Fuerza Aérea o por alguna rama de las Fuerzas Armadas. Si es que tienes vocación para eso, porque al final mi recomendación es que si tú estrictamente quieres ser piloto y no te sientes con la vocación de ser un militar, no lo hagas, porque al final vas a ser como infeliz en eso. Si tú quieres ser un piloto de combate, bueno, anda entonces a la Fuerza Aérea y comienza por ahí. Si tu interés es tener algo como especie de resguardo, te recomendaría que valores la posibilidad de la universidad, porque la universidad te da también un título universitario primario, parece, de ingeniería. Entonces, en caso de cualquier eventualidad que te pasase a ti en tu carrera de piloto, siempre puedes volver atrás y comenzar con una carrera de ingeniero, que eso es lo que da un poco la garantía de la universidad. Ahora, si tú estás completamente decidido y tu norte es ser piloto comercial, ándate a un club aéreo y así ahorras dinero para tu familia y te aboca a los que realmente quieres ser. Así que yo creo que la decisión está en ti. Yo creo que esas tres opciones son efectivamente válidas, dependiendo de lo que tú quieras personalmente. Y eso no hay nadie más que pueda decir que tú. Así que eso es lo que te podría recomendar. Okay, guys, so we are reaching runway 26 on Echo. So we're gonna make another flight call, and we're gonna get out of here. Ben Gurion traffic, cargo looks 705 heavy on Echo. We are entering runway 26 for departure. Okay, we're gonna go with all lights. Strobe light on. TCAS again, TRA, and we're gonna give a call. And now we're gonna set everything in a romantic mode, and I'm gonna extend the range here. Okay, so takeoff. Check thrust. Thrust ref. Thrust set. Hold. Gear up. LNAV. Autopilot in command. So 800 feet, we have the reduction to climb 2. And we are flying to position Matov, which is 2,400 feet, maximum speed 250. Speed, VNAV alt. And there's no traffic, so we're going to continue climbing. So thrust ref, VNAV speed, and we're going to set the cruise altitude 290. There is a restriction here, or to cross position or left at 8,000 feet or below. So in order to continue in an unrestricted climb here, I'm just gonna I'm gonna make clicks here to this button. Look what happened here. One click, another click, another click, another click, another click, another click, and another click. So basically, I'm avoiding all the restrictions for the departure. Okay? You make clicks, and when you make click, you avoid all the restrictions here. Matov, Orlev, Tapus, whatever. Okay? Because we don't need it anymore. There's no ATC, so we just go all the way up. So now we start to accelerate. So flap 5, speed check, flap 5. And actually now we can ask for flaps 1 as well. Speed check, flaps 1. And when we cross this part, we can ask for flaps up, speed check, flaps up. And the engine anti-ice are in auto, and we're gonna call for the after takeoff checklist. Flap is coming up. And after takeoff checklist is complete. We are climbing like a rocket. Fuel override to forward, okay. So we put this one in off. That means that it's not that the pump failed, it's just that it's lacking of fuel inside, so we have to shut it down. That's it. Because we are very light for this flight, so we don't have enough fuel actually in our tank, so we deplete those tanks. And once are depleted, of course they don't have enough pressure inside the tank, so the pump is running without any fuel. So of course it triggers the ECAS. The same thing with this one, fuel override 3 forward. So we just shut it off. So now we are crossing 10,000 feet, and we're gonna put some lights here again. And we're gonna go with the landing lights off, taxi lights go off, and logo light goes off. And that's it. Zanahoria, a ver, el otro día dijiste que entre cada despegue hay que salir y esperar un cierto tiempo por el peso, como 3 o 2 minutos. ¿Por qué? Ah, mira, lo del despegue es porque, por ejemplo, este avión es un avión de estela turbulenta. O sea, la estela turbulenta lo que pasa es que cuando el avión despega, en las puntas de ala, imagínate cuando tú has pasado el agua, tú tienes tu mano así, la pones de esta forma y la pasas por la piscina así, por el agua, como que se forma como una especie de como estela por detrás. Bueno, imagina eso mismo en el aire. El aire también es un fluido, es como el agua, o sea, más diluido obviamente, pero es como es un fluido al fin y al cabo. Entonces cuando el avión despega y pasa las alas por el aire, en la punta del ala se empiezan a generar como unos vórtices, ¿ya? Porque cuando el ala pasa, esta parte, este aire que está abajo, que tiene mayor presión que el que está arriba, quiere ir para arriba. Entonces las puntas alcanza a efectuar efectivamente, pasa hacia arriba y empieza a enroscarse. Entonces cuando pasa el ala, genera como un cono de turbulencia hacia atrás, como de estela turbulenta. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? Que a medida que el avión sea más pesado, más es esa estela turbulenta, que es muy peligrosa por lo demás, porque si yo despego detrás de un avión como este, como el 747, puedo quedar detrás de esa estela turbulenta y puedo perder el control del avión, ¿ok? Entonces, por lo cual se crean separaciones. Por ejemplo, entre un avión pesado y otro pesado tiene que haber 2 minutos de separación. Entre un avión mediano y uno pesado entre uno pesado y uno mediano tiene que haber 3 minutos, así sucesivamente. Entonces hay que tener cuidado. De repente el controlador no sabe esas separaciones. Transition set standard set and cross check, passing wall level 190 now. El controlador no sabe esas separaciones, entonces uno como piloto obviamente está en la responsabilidad de uno despegar o no despegar, si uno encuentra que es seguro o no es seguro. En Londres lo que pasó esa vez fue que el otro piloto iba a doblar hacia la izquierda, así que bueno, dije ya, bueno, voy a un tramo corto, mi punto de rotación, porque el avión rotó al final de la pista, yo roté acá, entonces quedo por arriba de la estela turbulenta de este otro, y así puedo evitar un poco la estela. Pero claro, en estricto rigor no es muy profesional que no te separe más allá de 2 minutos, pero claramente uno tiene que entender que estamos en un ambiente de simulación y bad sim, y que no todo el mundo sabe las cosas que de repente cómo se hacen en la vida real, y está bien. Pero eso es más o menos la explicación de por qué. Espero que haya quedado más o menos claro. Okay, so this flight is quite short, so we're gonna start with the preparation for the descent in Beirut. So I'm gonna put the seatbelts in auto actually, so everybody can go to P. P is important in life, you know. So we're gonna hear the 80s for the arrival over there.
Oscar, Lima, Bravo, Alpha, airport information, Romeo 1600, Zulu, weather, wind 245 at 12, visibility 8000, sky condition, ceiling 2600, broken, temperature 17, dew point 11, QNH 1014, advise an initial contact, you have information, Romeo.
Okay, so we have information Romeo, and visibility. Well, first of all, we have the wind 245 with 12 knots. We have 8 kilometers of visibility, which is okay. We have broken at 2,600 feet. Temperature is 17, dew point is 11, and the QNH is 1014. So we're gonna set the QNH here, 1014, and now we're gonna prepare for the arrival. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're gonna set the weight. Okay, in Beirut we're gonna arrive with 10.6. Okay, so you're gonna put vertical speed 1,500. Speed, vertical speed. With 10 tons. Okay, 10.5, 10.6 tons. So I go to init ref. I go to the zero fuel weight here, and I add this 10.6 with this one. So we have 10.6 plus this. Okay, so what we're going to have here, we're going to have 2, 3, 5 decimal 4. Okay, 235.4. That's our landing weight. 1,000 to go. I'm gonna set the vertical speed to 1,000. So this is our landing weight. Okay, 135.4. So 235.4. So we go to init ref. We go to approach, and you can see here that our actual gross weight, the gross weight that we have now is 237, but our landing weight is 235.4. So as you can see here, the flaps 30 is 132 knots. So basically what we're trying to do with this operation is to get the most accurate BREF for flap 30. So I'm gonna set the landing weight here, and in this case there was no change. It's basically the same. So now I can take flap 30, 132, and I set here in the flap speed. So actually I can have indication here, Alt, VNAV path. Okay, so now TCAS in below. So now I have flap 30, 132 for the actual landing weight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is again I'm gonna set the arrival weather, and we're gonna check how much landing distance we're gonna require for our landing in Beirut. So we're gonna show landing, show in route, so we can have actual landing distance. We go to runway 17, which is the runway that we're going to use. I'm going to check it here, localizer 17, okay? So condition is dry for the meantime. Wind is 254 with 12 knots, 145 actually. 145 with 12 knots. Temperature is 17 degrees, and the QNH is 1014. The landing weight, reset MCP altitude, clear message. The landing weight, it was 235.4, I think it was, okay? Reverse configuration, I'm gonna set this one in no credit. I'm gonna put idle reversed. Flap configuration, I'm gonna set this one to 30. Air conditioning, I'm gonna put this one to on. Engine anti-ice is gonna go off, of course. We have 17 degrees, so the engine anti-ice is not required at all. Brakes, I'm gonna use auto brakes in 2. Normal configuration, none, complete. And then we calculate this. So this runway, as you can see here, is 3,395 meters long, which is this one over here. And with these conditions, we are going to use 2,305 meters. We have more than enough, okay? So that's what we're going to use, okay? We're going to use a flap 30. Auto brakes, it goes to 2. Either reverse and flaps 30 here, okay? So now let's go with a short briefing, Okay, let me see if there is some ATC here. Nothing. Okay. So let's go with the arrival. Okay. So arrival, we have Elika 2 Alpha, which is the chart 20-2 Foxtrot from the 13th of July 2018, and the minimum safe altitude that we have here. We have a couple of sectors. In this area that we are coming here, we have Elika here. We have 5,000 feet all the way down. So the initial clearance here is Biblo 5,000. So that's why I'm gonna put here. Meanwhile, we do the descent 5,000 here initially, because we don't have any other restrictions. So 5,000, and with 5,000 in this area, we are above the maximum, the MSA. So we don't have any issues here. So Elika 2 Alpha. And it says altitude selection is going to be in hectopascals. Transition level is going to be flight level 150. So we're going to here forecast, and we're going to set flight level 150 here. RNAV 1 GNS. We have RNMP1, actual navigation 005. If in order to comply with allocated stars, inform ATC before commencing the star. Any malfunctions of airborne or ground equipment related to ILS or CAT VOR must be reported immediately to the ATC, together with any decisions to perform a misapproach procedure if visual contact is not established. Okay, we have a couple of frequencies here, and the airport is 85 feet. As per, it says pilots are requested to establish contact with Beirut control approach or Beirut control before entering the FIR. Today there's no ATC, sadly, so we don't do anything. So as per the route, it says we go to Elika. Then Elika, we track 058 for 42 miles to position Bravo Alpha 42 at 5,000 feet or above. Then we track 092 for 7 miles to position Biblo 5,000 feet. Then we're going to transition to the ILS runway 17, which is the chart 11-3, 15th of September 2017, minimum safe altitude, again 5,000 feet in the area of the water. And then on the other side, we have a restriction of 11,000 feet above Kilo Alpha Delta VOR. ILS frequency is Bravo India Lima 109.5, which is already there, course 173. Glide slope in the other marker is going to be 1,400 feet. We have that one here, Charlie Foxtrot 1,400 feet. Decision altitude is 585 feet, so we're going to set that one here. So we're going to put 590. Okay, and then elevation of the airport is 85 feet, and it says so what we have here is from below we continue on the track 173, we cross the outer marker at 1,400 feet, which is this point, and then the runway 17, which is this one. Okay, and the vent of misapproach, it says turn right onto heading 225, which is this one, 225. Climb to 2,000 and vectors, then when as directed. Okay, so that's it, guys. Very much straightforward. This approach has PAPI, and that's it, nothing else. Okay, 3-degree glide path, and our approach speed is 132 plus 5 is 137. So if we maintain 140 ground speed during the approach, our descent rate is going to be approximately 750 feet. Okay. As per the taxi route, give me check something. I'm gonna put the glide slope in on. Okay, I don't know why here it just give me the option of localizer approach, but actually it's an ILS, so the glide slope off the prompt it goes to off. But I'm setting up everything so the glide slope can be on, so I can have the indication of the glide slope on. Okay, so I'm gonna do the ILS. I'm not gonna do the localizer approach. Okay. As for the landing, I'm going to use runway 16. Most probably I'm going to vacate via November here. I'm going to change to this one. Kilo, I'm going to cross runway 35 or 17. I'm going to go into Kilo, then on Lima, and then I'm going to park somewhere over here, maybe Gulf 1. So pretty much straightforward. What I'm going to do is something like this, guys. I'm going to do this. Okay? That is actually my taxi route. Kilo, we cross runway 17 and we go Lima all the way to Gulf 1. Okay? Gigo Bertax, how you doing, man? So that's it. As for the landing, I'm gonna do auto brakes 2, flap 30, idle reverse, and flap 30. Terrain, we already discussed it, is 5,000 in the water, is 10,000, I'm sorry, 11,000, yeah, 10,000 feet in the Terraneous Mountains, basically at the east side of the airport. And major threat, of course, is the terrain on that side. We don't go to the left side. We don't go to the east. We always go to the west, which is the water. And fuel-wise, we have 10.6 on the fuel, and the minimum fuel to divert is 9.5. So we have basically 1 ton in spare. And for stabilization criteria, well, this airport is at sea level, so basically 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet. We are going to be fully stable, and at 1,500 feet we're going to be completely configured. So basically we mitigate the threat to be unstable. Okay, also on a way to mitigate that thing, our speed is going to be 240 below 10,000 feet. So basically we go gentle on the speed during the descent. Okay, that basically completes our briefing, guys. So I'm going to erase this one. I'm going to do a recall here, and I'm going to call for the descent checklist. So descent checklist, I have recall is check, notes are checked because otherwise there's something here. Auto brakes is 2. Dialing data, VREF and minimums, VREF is 30, 132. And minimums is 590 feet is set, and approach briefing is completed. Descent checklist is complete. So I'm gonna set everything romantic again, so I can concentrate in the descent. So right now we are flying to Elica, which is this point. Jobertax, how you doing? All good. I hope you are enjoying the streaming today. Very short flight between Ben Gurion and Beirut. Very short flight. But tomorrow at what time it is? At 16. No. Yeah, 16 UTC. 16 UTC tomorrow. We're gonna be streaming again here from Beirut all the way to Doha. We're gonna pass over Syria. We're gonna talk about those special procedures to cross Syria. You know that the situation over there is a little bit tense. It's a lot of military activity. There is some restricted airspace. Very tricky place to fly. Well, it's not tricky. Actually, when you pass over there, you will not even notice. But there is some consideration that we need to talk. And then we're gonna cross to over Iraq, which is also has some special procedures. Then we're gonna go into Kuwait, and then we're gonna go into the one of the most busiest airports in the world, in Bahrain, and we're gonna descend into Doha. Sadly, not in real life, but in real life it can be very, very busy Doha during the busy times. Gilbertas, I'm all right, man. Thanks. How you doing? Joined a few minutes ago, and I already like the way you explain stuff. Very clear. Thank you very much. I appreciate your feedback. That's the idea. My idea is just to give you some content. So basically, this is a game, right? So the idea is to make your game even more entertaining. You know, when you have a game and you don't have any rules, it's kind of boring. Well, in this game is amazingly is a simulation, right? So we need to set the boundaries of that game. The only thing that I'm giving to you guys is some tools, but basically you can enjoy more your simulation. And who knows what? Maybe tomorrow we can join the cockpit and. Yeah, I'm gonna make my contribution to everybody. That's the plan. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the following and for the input. And please, if you have any doubts or something like that, please let me know. That's the idea. Okay, so right now we are descending with speed, LNAV, and VNAV path. Okay, the VNAV path means that airplane is controlling the descent through the vertical profile. Okay, the speed is 253 knots, but actually you can see that the bracket, it goes into the infinitum over there. It goes very up, so that means that actually the airplane is gonna try to maintain 253, but not that accurate. Like if you want to maintain 253 knots sharp, you have to change the mode. You have to change from being a path to fly level change. That is the only way that actually is gonna respect that 253 knots for the descent. Joberta, thank you very much for the following. Thank you very much, appreciate. So that's it, guys. So right now we are maintaining 253 because it's extracted from here. The econ speed of the airplane is 253 for the descent. So that's why we're maintaining this profile, 253. And right now, if we have any more restrictions here, more constraints or something like that, meanwhile we are on VNAV path, the airplane is going to respect those profiles. It's going to respect those altitudes, those restrictions. Thank you. No worries, man. Thank you very much. And please, if you have any doubt, please let me know. We are here to help. So that's it. Here we have more information actually in this page, which is the page of the descent. We have our restriction, which is this point, Bravo Alpha 420. It's going to be 5,000 feet. And the flight path angle, if I want to reach that restriction, is 2.4 degrees. This is the vertical veering, 2.9. And this is the vertical speed that I need to maintain in order to achieve 5,000 feet in this waypoint. Okay, pretty much it's very clear. Okay, it's not rocket science. It's pretty much straight clear. Now we have this indication in amber. That means that we have crossed our descent level 150. So what the airplane is telling me, hey man, you're not supposed to be on QNH here in altimeter setting. And the airplane, of course, is completely right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set QNH 1014. And we cross-check the altimeters 1014 with 4,000 with 14,000 feet, which is set, and we can call for the approach checklist. So we say approach checklist, altimeters, QNH 1014, set and cross-check. We cross-check all the altimeters. This one, and this one. All are set in 1014. When everything has been checked, we check this one and we say approach checklist is complete. So now we can continue the descent. We are approaching 10,000 feet, and there is some clouds over there. Maybe in the streaming you cannot see it pretty well because sometimes it's fade away. But we have some weather over there, like some clouds. So just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna put the seatbelt on so everybody can take their seats. No more PE time. Anyway, they're gonna be pretty much soon in the ground, so they can hold it up for a couple of minutes. And we continue our descent, smoothly enter our descent. I'm not intervening in anything of the descent. As you can see, everything is completely automatic. I'm just watching and basically monitoring the automation. You know, that is our work right now as a pilot, of course. As you can see here in the upper left side corner of the primary flight display, you can see that the ILS is already tuned 109.5, and the final approach course is 173, which you can see here is 173. And the procedure and the localizer is a Bravo India Lima 109.5. Long time ago, in older airplanes, you have to hear this Morse code, which is this one. This Morse code, beep beep, is beep 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 beep, something like that. But now the airplane identify those automatically, so you don't have to hear it anymore, because this course mode, it means Bravo India Lima. So now the airplane already auto-tuned the frequency and also identified the frequency. So it's telling me, okay, Carlos, from now on your ILS is ready to go. So I don't have to do anything. These airplanes are just amazing. And what I'm going to do now here, I'm going to put approach here as well, so I can have indication of my localizer and my glide slope whenever it is available. Okay, so we're approaching 10,000 feet, so we're gonna go with the lights. I'm gonna put some lights here so you can see what I'm doing. Landing lights, they go to on. Runway turn off, they go to on. Taxi light goes to on, and logo lights goes to on as well. And we go to dumb light again. And now I'm gonna revert to commanded the speed, 240. Now I am in control of the speed. So now we are approaching this point, Bravo Alpha 420, 5,000 feet. And then we go to below 5,000 feet as well. So now I'm going to change to another mode because we have a VNAV path. So I'm going to change to flight level change, and you're going to see what happens. Okay, flight level change speed, thrust flight level change speed, the thrust goes to idle, as you can see here. You can see how there is decreasing the power, and now it's changed to hold flight level change speed. That means that you have to hold your hand in the throttles, because you look, I can move the throttle. You see? And basically it's not controlling the speed, it's not controlling actually the rate of descent. The only thing that it's doing is maintaining the change of the flight level accordingly to the speed, but it's not putting any power on it. So it can be tricky to understand, okay? It takes some time, I know, but that's the more or less the idea behind it. So now we are at 240, and I'm starting to get a little bit higher. You see that the profile is a little bit lower over there, because I have some tailwind as well here. So basically that is pushing me even more faster. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go even more faster so I can dive my nose a little bit. So I'm gonna put 250 here. And at 10 miles we should be 3,000 feet above this point, which is below 5,000. So we are 8,000 feet. So we are just in the profile. For quick calculations. So, but I need to reduce the speed as well. So basically that is telling me that maybe I'm a little bit higher. So what are my options? Well, I'm gonna put some spoilers, and I do this very gently. Okay. Okay, and you put this one over there in the flight detent. So now I'm putting some speed, so my rate of descent started to increase. And I'm gonna start to reduce the speed a little bit. I'm gonna put 240. And we are 6 miles away, so we are reaching almost the profile. I'm going to reduce to 230 knots, and I'm gonna take the speed brake out. Speed brake is out. It's 1,000 feet to go. I'm gonna reduce this speed to flap up speed. That is the indication that we are 1,000 feet to level off. That warning, yeah. Beirut traffic, this is cargo look 705 approaching position below for the ILS runway 17. And now you can see here that the localizer and the glide slopes are almost connected. So I'm gonna go with the approach here. I'm gonna have localizer and glide slope arm. And I'm gonna go with flap 1. Speed check, flaps 1. And then I can reduce to flap 1 speed. Localizer capture. Speed, vertical speed. And flap 5. Speed check, flap 5. And we set flap 5 speed. Thrust, flight level change speed. Speed alt. I don't know why. Yeah, glass slope capture, and miss approach is 2,000 feet. We're gonna set it here. 2,000 feet are set. And we're gonna set flap 5 speed. We're gonna put the markers and markers on. Beirut traffic, this is cargo look 705 heavy on the ILS runway 17. So now the airplane is maintaining flap 5. We are totally stable on the localizer. Glide slope is connected as well. And you can see that the airplane is maintaining a little bit amount of power to maintain the speed. Everything nice and perfect when you do a proper setup of your approach and a nice briefing. That's the idea, to mitigate those errors, of course. We as a pilots, we have always strived to minimize the possibilities to commit an error, a mistake, and basically to set up nets. And one way to set a net is first of all to trust in your colleague at your next site, in your captain, your first officer, whatever your position is. And the other one is to basically to follow your procedures. That is actually the way that you can mitigate those threats, those mistakes that we usually, every single flight we do mistakes, but the idea is to minimize those ones with the right procedures. So at 2,500 feet, I'm going to set the landing gear down and I'm going to call for flaps 20. And I'm going to set the flap 20 speed and I'm going to arm the speed brake, okay? So basically we continue this accelerated approach. I don't want to configure everything because otherwise it's going to be less efficient in terms of fuel. It has to be safe, but at the same has to be efficient. You know, you have to think that you're working for a big airline and the airline makes to make dollars. So okay, so we have radial altimeter alive, so landing gear down, flaps 20, and we're gonna arm the speed brake. And we're gonna set flaps 20 speed. And we're gonna open the checklist, so we have this one right over there, just in case, so we don't miss that one up. We start to see a little bit over here, so that's better. Here's the altitude for the go around, but it's not gonna capture because the glide slope is connected. And now we're gonna go with flap 30, speed check flap 30, that's our landing flaps, and we're gonna set this one to 137. It's flap 30, 132 plus 5, 137, that's what we set over here. So flap 30 is there, landing gear is down, speed brake is on. We call the landing checklist. Landing checklist is complete, checklist complete. We're gonna go the last call and we're gonna do the landing. Bay to traffic, this is Cargolux 705 heavy on final runway 17. Hopefully we're gonna see something here. I didn't check this scenario before, so we will see. I just went with the default in this time, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't put any. So outer marker is 1,400 feet, 1,320. We are good. Okay, so we continue the approach. $1,000 stable, and I start to see the runway right over here. Okay. So now I have the runway inside, everything looks like more or less stable, so I'm gonna start to disconnect. So I'm gonna go with the autopilot off and auto throttle off, flight director. So we go manual thrust and no autopilot. And there is a huge building just in final, guys. Great. Continue. I would love to live in that building. Okay, speed brake up. Reverse idle. and reverse green. And we have some rain, guys. 60 knots. I'm gonna keep the auto brake to do the work. Disconnecting the auto throttle. I'm sorry, the auto brakes. And this is Charlie. Okay, so we're gonna go Charlie here to the left side. It should be this one, Oscar, actually. Yeah, that one is November. Okay, we're gonna take November better. Because these ones are the gates. Wow, it's a huge mess over here. This is the passenger terminal. Does the company actually check if the pilots do their best to minimize the fuel consumption during the approaches? Not really. They don't check, but they show you statistics of how you have performed during the last couple of months. So in some kind of way they're doing it. Yeah, they don't do that because it's kind of dangerous. It's actually they're trying to benchmark every pilot in terms of fuel consumption, if you know what I mean. But at the same time they show you the statistics. So it's like, you know. But yeah. Okay, so we are in November, and Mike, so quite changes actually. I told you from this one. I'm gonna go this Juliet and gonna go here. So we have vacated APU start. We go with the landing lights off. We go with the strobe light goes to off. Weather goes to off. Disarm flaps, they go to up, and transponder in transponder. And welcome to Beirut, guys. So we're gonna cross here in November all the way through Juliet, and we're gonna go to the other side of the ramp. Look, that beautiful Qatar Airways 777 over there. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. You get a lot of pressure as a pilot sometimes. Well, it's not a lot of pressure, but as long as you know how to deal with that thing. But yeah, they are very peaky sometimes with the unstable approaches and the field policy and all this kind of stuff. You know, you had to be completely stable, and for those kind of stuff there's no flexibility. You have only one chance. If you screwed up, you're down, you're out. You know, if you want to conserve your job, of course. So this one is Lima, as you can see here. So we're gonna turn left here in Lima and we're gonna go to the north. So left side looks clear, so we go here to the left side. And now we're gonna try to Golf 1, which is this parking place that we have here. I'm gonna try to set the maybe it's gonna work, we'll see. Middle East is the company that it always give you the handling over here. MEA, Mike Echo Alpha. I have some issue with this. Look at those gates that are over there. I don't know what the hell happened here. I have been to this airport a couple of times in real life, and it's awesome. It's awesome because during the approach you have the these cliffs very close to the coast, and you have the city at the right side. There's some skyscrapers, and you pass just next to them. It's very, very nice. And it's a lot of wind as well. Not wind, but it's kind of like some shears and things like that. So it can be tricky, of course. So now we're approaching to our gate. I don't know what the hell that guy is doing over there. He's flying. So I'm gonna cut the taxi lights, and we're gonna turn here to the left. You know what, guys? I don't see anything, so I'm just gonna put the lights on. This is something that you don't do in real life, but okay, so we're in the line. Parking brake is set. So now we're gonna put some light here, and taxi lights, they go to off. And we go with the APU generator connected, so we transfer the power. So now we can go with fuel control switches to cut off. Seat belts, they go to off. Hydraulic pumps, they go to off. Fuel pumps, they go to off. We wait for 5% here, because otherwise we don't want to suck up someone into the engines. 5%, okay, and now we go with the beacon off. Flight directors, they go to off. Traffic goes to off here. Look what happened. And then we go here, we set 2000, and we put this one in standby. And we're gonna put this one in above for the next guys, okay? So now we can call the shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist, parking brake is set. Shutdown checklist complete. And that's it, guys. That's our stream for today. Ben Gurion to Beirut. Very short flight. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This one was a very short leg, basically to rest a little bit from the long streamings that we have done the last couple of days. Tomorrow is a bigger one, more than almost 3-4 hours of streaming. We're gonna depart from here, from Beirut, and we're gonna cross Syria, Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, to finally descend into the home base, Doha. So please follow us tomorrow, 16 UTC, guys. You are more than welcome. Now I'm gonna change to Spanish so my friends, they can understand something that I'm gonna say for them. And just first of all, please, guys, go and see flysimchile.cl. There is some souvenirs over there. There is some caps. You have some t-shirts, cool t-shirts, Boeing, Airbus, everything that you need for presents is right over there. And thank you very much for following me, guys. The guys who speak English. So this is, as I said, as streaming for you guys. So if you have any doubts, please let me know on the chat, and I will clarify for you those ones tomorrow maybe. Okay, so that's it. Amigos, mañana vuelo desde Beirut hacia Doha, pasando arriba de Siria, Irak, Kuwait. Vamos para pasar por arriba de Bahrein para posterior aterrizar en la ciudad de Doha. El tiempo de vuelo mañana va a ser aproximadamente 2 horas 40, así que el streaming va a ser aproximadamente unas 4 horas. Están todos invitados a las 12 horas local de Chile, a las 16 UTC, para que nos acompañen con los amigos de FlySim Chile. Hoy día, como pueden ver, me acompaña mi polerita de FlySim Chile, la cual me gusta mucho porque yo estoy medio pechugón, entonces no se me marca el pezonete ni muchas cosas, entonces eso siempre es bueno, se agradece cuando uno pasa cierta edad, sobre todo sobre los 30, ya cuando empiezan a crecer las mamas, pero sin leche. La polera ayuda a tapar esas imperfecciones, y qué mejor que hacerlo con una polera de FlySim Chile. Adicionalmente a eso, en la página hay poleras bacanes de Boeing, Airbus. Ahora que viene el Día de la Madre, qué mejor que regalar una polera de FlySim Chile, ¿no es cierto? Espectacular, o sea, yo lo haría. Qué mejor forma de expresar el amor y esas cosas, demostrando que uno quiere a la mamá con una buena polera de Airbus. O sea, espectacular. O Boeing, ¿no es cierto? O un llavero, qué sé yo. Vayan a la página de FlySim Chile, ahí eso y mucho más. Están los streaming, los canales ahí para que nos vayan siguiendo en las redes sociales. Así que nada, pues los están invitados para mañana a las 16 UTC para que vengan a compartir de nuevo con nosotros. Que estén muy bien, muchas gracias y nos vemos mañana en una nueva entrega. ¡Chao!